G'day ladies and germs, Conor here from C-Dubs Media, back with another video, and today I'm reviewing the Oppo Watch X, and I gotta say, I'm impressed. I have been using the Pixel 2 solidly for the last year, and I got used to it, and it's a piece of crap. So when I put on the Oppo Watch X, immediately I was pleasantly surprised with the build and design of this watch. It looks really nice too. Now they're saying it's like precision metal or something. I don't know exactly what it is made of, but it looks nice. It's got this really premium, sleek finish to it, and that just really adds some value to the appearance of it. Now I have the black version. There is another version. It's like a brown version. I'm just going to say brown, and it looks pretty nice as well. But the black, it looks really premium. Now I have had it paired with the Oppo Reno 12 Pro 5G as well. So obviously syncing Oppo to Oppo, you're going to get the best experience you can get. Now speaking of pairing, the unboxing experience was fairly smooth. There was one little technical hitch, and that was you turn it on, you download the OHealth app, and you also need to download Wear OS. Well, that was the instructions I was getting while I was going through this process. And I had to try about 6 times, and I was restarting my phone and then resetting the watch and trying again. And yeah, I had to do it like 6 times. However, that was the only glitch when setting it up. Everything was pretty straightforward after that. Just putting all your details into the watch and into the OHealth app and that sort of thing. And then also being able to sync that with my Google account made it really good, because I do use the Google Health app or Google Fit app. Now you may have noticed I haven't spoken about any real specs yet, and I'm going to try not to speak about the specs until the end, because I haven't even looked at the specs. I've just been using it, and it's been such a good experience. So I've got it out of the box, I've set it all up, and the first thing you do when you get a smartwatch is you look at it. You look at the display, and this is a nice big display. It made reading it very simple. Even for me, like I need to use glasses when I'm looking at any screen. With the Oppo Watch X, I can leave my glasses off and still be able to make out what's on the screen. Just everything seemed brighter, everything seemed clearer. Even when I was out running on the road without glasses, I could glance down at my wrist and see my run stats clear as day. For me, that made a huge difference, just having that nice big bright display that was visible at all times. And another thing that was pleasant was getting the notifications on the watch. Now, I'm not a big fan of replying on my watch. I generally just check messages, check notifications on my watch, and if they're important, reply on my phone. But the notifications seem to come through in a timely fashion, like as quick as they're coming through on my phone, so I wasn't missing out on anything. So syncing information between the phone and the watch appears to be seamless. Let's move into the next section, which I'm going to talk about is battery life. And the battery life for me is outstanding. I was getting 3 days, but I've got this on max like services, everything on bright. Conserving battery is not something I'm interested in. But here I was getting 3 solid days out of it. I probably could have got 4, but I would charge on the 3rd night. Now that was sleep tracking at night, doing runs, cycling, notifications coming through all day, controlling my media from it, always on display on. I mean, I had every setting turned on to review this device, and I was getting 3 days of battery life. And it is with power saving mode where you can get the 12 days of use. And in total, it has 500 milliamp hours of battery life, and it charged pretty quickly as well. Look, I didn't time it for charging, but I would put it on the charger and it'd be charged in a couple of hours. Now, in talking about the sleep tracking at night, I think there's a little bit of improvement to be had here. I had 2 nights where I was just hit with mass insomnia. I couldn't sleep for the life of me. And I reckon I would have slept out of a full night, maybe for 2 hours. But the watch said I'd been asleep for 6 hours and 45 minutes. Then the second night where that was a problem for me as well, it said that I had 5 hours and 45 minutes of sleep. And again, I was lucky to get 2 hours. So it really didn't track it properly. Now it had all these stats broken down to say that it was light sleep and restlessness and all this sort of stuff. But man, I was awake and I did not sleep for 7 hours or 6 hours, 45 minutes. Maybe some software updates will fix that. Gotta be honest. Now it does have on there as well, it has stress tracking, it has sleep tracking, it has heart rate tracking, and it said that I was normal in all those ranges, and it did appear to track those throughout the day intermittently and give me pretty consistent readings, as well as the heart rate. Now, the heart rate tracking was consistent through all my exercising and all my just sitting around working or watching TV or whatever it is that I'm doing. The heart rate tracker gave me a consistent amount of readings. Now, one thing I did notice, when I was doing my runs, the heart rate seemed to be below where it normally is, So I'd be running at about a heart rate of 180 and it would say 160. However, it would always say that result for that type of heart rate. So it was, again, very consistent. I would be comfortable using it to do heart rate training, so getting your heart rate up and then backing off, because it does give those readings well enough to be able to use it for those purposes. Now, for GPS tracking while working out or running and cycling, I should say, I found the same experience. And by the time I would get home or finish my run, it would accurately track my distance. But the response on the screen while actually in real time was a little bit delayed. So if I didn't lift up my wrist and check at the 1 kilometer mark, it wouldn't notify me, it would just lag behind. But then when I did look at it, it would say 1.3 kilometers. So it would catch up from whenever I last looked at it or last woke the display. So I would like to see that improved, so that every 10 meters it updated. Now, I know there's a trade-off between performance and battery life when it comes to heart rate and GPS tracking and all that sort of things. If you're not that serious at running and tracking your runs, probably doesn't matter as much. But if you're like a hardcore fitness tracker and you want to know at every meter how accurate it is and how accurate that heart rate sensor is, you might want to look at something else. But overall, it was a good experience using it. Look, user interface is really nice as well. You have the buttons on the right-hand side of the display. The top button is to get to your menu. Double tap the top button to get to your most recent apps. The bottom button is like a shortcut menu, and for me, it's programmed to go to my workout straight away. So it's very easy to navigate. Swipe left or right, and that takes you through all your tiles they're almost like widgets for your watch display. Then swipe down on your display to get to your quick settings, or swipe up on your display to get to your notifications. So all very normal when it comes to Android Wear. Now, another part of the build and design that I really enjoyed was the watch band. It's just so nice to have a simple watch band that is as traditional as the day is long. You just feed it through the loop and then feed it into the strap holders, and it's just like any normal watch band. So simple, yet so effective. Now, the O Health app or Oppo Health app is quite easy to navigate as well. A typical sort of health app where you can see your daily activity. You get your circles or your rings you need to close for, your calories burnt, steps taken, activity minutes, that sort of thing. Nice and easy to read. I appreciated the application. I appreciated how it's integrated into the watch and into the fitness data. I also like how the running app told me to improve my gait and other information that I don't get with Google Fit. I really enjoyed that. Okay, let's talk some specs now. I've been through my experience with it, and I would be happy to recommend this smartwatch to any Android user. It is round and it is flat. It's not curved. It is scratch resistant with sapphire crystal glass. Now, here's the spec that I do find interesting. It is military grade tested. So it can endure temperatures as low as 20 degrees and as high as 55 degrees. I've been running in 2 to 3 degree weather and it has not faltered at any time. Now, it is IP68 and 5 atmosphere pressure tested as well. So that's pretty good. It means you can run in it all day long. You can swim in it. You can just do all normal activities that you would with any watch that is IP68 rated. So military standard drop tested, IP68, 5 ATM. They're talking severe durability here. It feels premium. Now, it is a 1.43 inch AMOLED display, and I just checked it comes in at 1000 nits brightness, which is why I had such a great experience using it. How I can have that big display and that 1000 nits brightness and that 3 days of solid battery life is pretty impressive. And I'm just scrolling. Oh, it does have auto detect workout, so that's nice to have in there as well. For some reason it has badminton mode. I've never heard anyone ask me, does that watch have badminton mode in all the reviews I've done? So interesting as to why that is there, but it is there. It has running partners. So with this, it can give you your ground contact time, your vertical oscillation, your running posture, and also other pace details as well. It said that my running posture is good. So I've never had that information before. I enjoyed having it. Now it does come with the Snapdragon W5 Gen 1, which is good to see. That's just telling you that it's some of the latest hardware you can get. Good sized battery, good software, good hardware, and that's why you're getting such a good experience. Yes, I'm going to recommend it. I mean, I've really enjoyed using it. It does have to go back. I'm a bit bummed about that, but it's a winner. Look at that display. That's in, see there, that's brightness mode. Just so nice. Such a nice watch. Compared to the Pixel Watch, like if you're thinking of getting a Pixel Watch, don't. Spend a little bit more and get this. It's $6.99 in Australia, probably about $3 in other countries. But here it's 699 Aussie dollars. That's my video on the Oppo Watch X. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Check you.